Hello students, how are you? Hope you are doing great. Today I am going to explain you about geometric progression. As we have already discussed in a previous class about arithmetic progression, today I am going to explain you about geometric progression. The word progression, where it means that you are progressing something, as it may be in increase or in decreasing manner, it can be anything. Now when you talk about geometric progression comes in any type of sequence where you find a sequence, any sequence A1, A2, A3, so on till AN. If it is a finite sequence, any sequence where your term 1 is A1, term 2 is A2, term 3 is A3, and so on till your term N, that is your AN, if it is a finite sequence, if it follows certain rule. And that rule for geometric progression is if AK plus 1 by AK, when you divide your third term by second term or any fourth term by previous term, you get a quotient as R. And it remains constant whichever term you divide by the previous term. I hope it is clear. Whenever you divide your next term by the previous term, you get a quotient as R, then it is your geometric progression. Any sequence that follows a certain rule is called a progression, and if it follows this rule, then this progression is called your geometric progression. Now, where k can be any number, k can be 1, 2, 3, and so on, any number. Finite sequence is still an, and if it is infinite sequence, it will be so on till next. Now let's find out what are the terms. How will you find out the term? Term is T1 is represented as A1, or you can simply write as A. Term 2 in GP, that is your A2, and it is written as AR. Term 3 is A3, and it is written as AR square. When you divide third term by the second term, you will get a constant R. That is, your quotient is R. Each time you will get this thing only. So on till your term N, that is your A N, and that is your AR N minus 1. I hope it is clear now. What are your terms? Now, how to find out the sum of these terms? How to find out the sum of a geometric progression? Now, when you find sum, you should particularly know it is your finite sequence or infinite sequence. Whether it is your finite or infinite, the formula will be the same. A little difference we will understand later. Okay, let's find out the sum. Sum of a GP, it will be sum is equal to A plus AR plus AR square plus so on till AR N minus 1, because that is a term, nth term, that is AR N minus 1. Now let's multiply this with R. I am considering this equation as equation number 1. Now I am multiplying my sum equation, how to find the sum, by R. So I get it as AR plus AR square plus so on till AR N minus 1 plus AR N, and consider this equation as second equation. Now I will subtract either 1 from 2 or 2 from 1. My sum will come out to be the same. So I am considering 1 minus 2, I get 1 minus R S. It is of n terms, so I am writing it as Sn. So Sn will be, when I will subtract this, you will find out that AR will cancel, AR square plus AR square will cancel. So until AR n minus 1, I am left with A and AR raised to power n. A plus AR raised to power n. This will be my minus sign over here because I'm subtracting it from here. So this comes out to be a common, 1 minus r raised to power n. So my Sn will be a 1 minus r raised to power n by 1 minus. So this is the formula to find out your sum of n terms. I hope it is clear that how you will find out the sum of your n terms. That if you are subtracting this GP, you will find out that sum of n terms is a into 1 minus Rn by 1 minus r. Now in case if your r is very small, if your r is less than 1, this implies r raised to power n will approach to 0 as n will approach to infinity. If n is very less, r is very less, then your r raised to power n will approach to 0 as n approaches to infinity. So you will get over here your sum of infinite terms will be a by 1 minus r. This is for your infinite series when r is very less. And this can also be written as if r is greater than 1, then if r is greater than 1, then your sum n becomes a r n minus 1 by r minus 1. You can find out the sum by any of these formulas and you can easily find out the sum of this geometric progression. Clear this much? Now we will be discussing about geometric mean. The word mean means the middle value. If any three numbers are in GP, let's discuss about GP then. Now geometric mean. Geometric mean means if A, G, B are in GP, then the middle value or middle term is considered your geometric mean. If three numbers are in GP, then the middle term is called your geometric mean. Then how to find out this geometric mean? I've written geometric mean as G over here so that it is easy for us to understand. I hope you're understanding the topic now. Now, G, we know that if the three numbers are in GP, when you divide the next term by the previous term, you get the quotient as R. So, G by A is equal to B by G. This implies G square is equal to AB, and this further implies G is square root of AB. From here I get geometric mean as square root of product of your two numbers, that is AB. Now if suppose you say that please place n number of geometric means in these two numbers. It can be any number, 1, 5, 7, 9, 10, 20, 16, any number. Let's put any number of geometric means. So, my first term will be A, second term will be G1, third term will be G2 and n plus 2 term will be B. So, here you understand T1 is A, T2 is G1 which will be AR, T3 will be G2 that is AR square, so on till T n plus 1 is Gn that is AR n minus 1 and Tn plus 2 is equal to B. That will be AR raised to power n. Clear this much? N plus 1, so here it will be n's. Tn plus 1 is Gn, that is Ar raised to power n here, and Tn plus 2 will be B, that is Ar n plus raised to power A R n plus 1. So from here, if I want to take out your value of R, what will be that value? That value of R will be, considering this, you will find out that um, putting it over here, this implies R n plus 1 is equal to B by A, that is R is equal to B by A by 1 by n plus 1. If I am taking this to the other side, it will be 1 by n plus 1, n plus 1th root of B by A. Now, from here we can deduce that product of n geometric means that you have placed in between two numbers, that is equal to nth power of one geometric mean. Yes, from here we will deduce our formula that G1 into G2 into G3 till Gn is equal to G raised to power n. This we are going to deduce. Okay, we have taken out the value of here. From here only I am going to explain you about these values. Now AR, it is putting the value of R over here. A into B by A 1 by n plus 1. This is A, B by A 2 by n plus 1. Okay. Similarly, AR is to power n is A, B by A, n by n plus 1. Putting these values over here, what I'm going to get is G1, that is A into B by A 1 by n plus 1 into A into B by A 2 by n plus 1 and so on till your Gn. I'm just taking my left hand side now. Understand this very clearly. So this will be 2 by n plus 1 into A into B by A into 3 by n plus 1 and so on till A into B by A by n plus 1. Gn is over here. So I'm going to get only n by n plus 1. N in by n plus 1. I hope it is clear to you. Now, when I am going to multiply, because these are n terms, it will be a raised to power n into b by a 1, because denominator is same, so I'm going to add like this 1 plus 2 plus 3 and so on till n by n plus 1. Clear this much? When I'm going to multiply this, now this will be showing me that numerator is your sum of n numbers, and we know the sum of n numbers is b by a n into n plus 1 by 2 into 1 by n plus 1. N plus 1 gets cancelled out over here. So I get the value as a raised to power n into b by a n by 2. So from here I can deduce that it is a n minus n by 2 because it is in denominator. So the a n minus n minus 2 into b n by 2. So from here I get a n by 2 b n by 2. This can also be written as ab raised to power n square root, that is nothing but ab square root nth power, that is your Gn. and that is your right hand side. So from here we can deduce that this product of NGN geometric means is equal to nth power of one single geometric mean that you find between any two numbers which are in GP. Thank you so much for listening to me, and now don't forget to question out your queries and comment me in the comment box so that I can understand your problems and come back with more of your solutions and more of the questions that are going to come forward in your next exams, and coming up with more topics so that we get in touch with more informative videos. And do not forget to subscribe my channel. Stay tuned with me. Thank you. Stay live, stay healthy, keep going.